State of emergency, and tonight we hear from the rescuer who helped pull this woman and her dog from her submerged car. Also tonight, the wildfires out of control right now. Nearly 200 homes and businesses already destroyed. Breaking now, the curfew in place tonight in Milwaukee after officers are targeted and injured, bricks thrown at their cars. All of this after an officer shoots and kills a man who police say was armed. Donald Trump amid reports of turmoil within his campaign, his new plan tonight to vet immigrants to this country. And we have the list of specific questions he now wants asked. And the Joe Show, the vice president and what he said about Trump today. And passengers panic at JFK Airport, running from the terminal and the tarmac. And tonight, we now have the reason why.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and we begin tonight with two scenes of devastation in this country. The wildfires burning out of control right now, homes already gone. But first, the deadly flooding and the incredible rescues. In Louisiana, a state of emergency in place tonight. That's Highway 12 right there, underwater, cars and trucks abandoned. Tonight, there is real concern the floodwaters will continue to rise. And the images this evening of families in shelters, more than 11,000 people forced from their homes. And tonight we hear for the first time from the man who tore into a car submerged to pull out a woman and her dog trapped inside. Meteorologist Rob Marciano is in Baton Rouge.
Tonight, the danger from deadly flooding remains high. At least 6 are dead, swept from homes and vehicles. In Baton Rouge, a race to save a woman.
Get out!
I can't.
Give me a knife, give me a knife.
Oh my God, I'm drowning.
We're coming. I'm gonna break this window. We're breaking the window.
David Fung tries breaking the window. Then, ripping apart the convertible's roof, he's able to pull the woman out.
First instinct was just to get a hold of her and pull her out. And couldn't do it from the boat, so I just jumped in.
But it's not over.
Get my dog.
Her dog.
Get my dog.
The woman begging him to save her dog.
I can't get the dog.
Sass. Here's it.
Maybe she's gone.
No, she better not be. I've been having her.
I got your dog. Oh!
More than 20,000 rescued, some plucked by Coast Guard chopper.
Got a bit of a sway. I'm going to see if I can slow it down.
East Baton Rouge Sheriff Sid Gotro keeping that baby warm, helping save this family from rising water. Some spots getting more than 30 inches of rain since the storms began.
The big rivers have crested at record levels today, but backwater flooding, a huge problem. That's going to continue, and you see it everywhere.
3,400 Louisiana National Guard troops rescuing people round the clock, and hundreds more saved by fishermen and anyone with a boat. What's being called the Volunteer Cajun Navy. Tonight, our Philip Mena in one of the hardest hit areas of Baton Rouge.
Residents here were hoping to get their first look at the damage, and the water has receded quite a bit, but it's still too dangerous for them to go inside.
The All-Britain family now salvaging what's left.
Devastated. I've cried all day. My whole life savings, everything is in that home.
Still, they're the lucky ones. 3/4 of property owners here don't have flood insurance.
Just incredible images of devastation. Rob Marciano joins us live tonight. And Rob, you were telling us the flood threat now extends from Louisiana all the way north?
It has.
And as you can see, the audio always tricky when we're dealing with that much water. We'll check back in with Rob. In the meantime, to the fires now, the wildfires burning out of control at this hour. The worst of them north of San Francisco. Tonight in one community, most of Main Street is gone. Buildings and vehicles destroyed by the fire, the charred frames, all that remain. ABC's Mary Bruce is on the fire lines.
Tonight, an all-out battle to tame the flames. Gusty winds and bone-dry conditions fueling a blaze that barreled through the rural town of Lower Lake. More than 4,000 acres charred, 175 homes and businesses burnt to the ground.
This is where we all grew up, you know.
That's all we've known her basically all our lives.
Our whole life, and now all of our neighbors, look at what they have to come home to. It's horrible.
Thousands of residents scrambling to escape as firefighters struggle in 100-degree heat. Jay Jakubowski and his son jumping in their pool as the flames closed in around them.
It got intense, smoke and fire and sparks were just blowing for a while here.
Fearing his home would burn, Mark Giberson moved his most precious possessions to his workshop.
You know, I was hoping something would be salvageable, but I know that's wishful thinking.
A lifetime of memories gone in seconds. David, with the extreme fire conditions here and the devastation already as far as the eye can see, tonight this community is bracing for even more of this. David?
All right, Mary, thanks so much to you on the fire lines tonight. Rob is tracking the heat and the floods, and we do have a signal backed up. Let's go live to Rob. And Rob, you were telling us the flood threat now extends northward?
Way north, and it hasn't rained here in a while, but still the rivers at major flood stations, still dozens and dozens of neighborhoods like this inundated. Take a look at the flood warnings across Louisiana, but the flood watches that extend from Texas all the way north into Illinois and Indiana. And by the way, near Indianapolis, we had a confirmed report of a tornado today. The flow of moisture continues to be off the Gulf of Mexico, so we'll still see showers and thunderstorms. The heaviest will be north, but the accumulated rainfall could easily be a ½ an inch. Any more than an inch here, David, will cause some more problems this week.
All right, Rob Marciano on the scene through Good Morning America in the morning. Rob, thank you. And we turn next year to the breaking headline from Milwaukee tonight. A mandatory curfew for young people about to go into effect after fires were set and bricks were thrown at officers in their patrol cars. Several businesses destroyed, cars burned to their shells. Police in riot gear moving in, clashing with some of those protesters. And all of this began with the police shooting of a man who authorities say was armed, and they are bracing for what could be another tense night ahead. ABC's Eva Pilgrim in Milwaukee tonight.
Tonight, a crackdown to stop the raging protest against police. The neighborhood that was set on fire now closed from dusk till dawn.
We've got to maintain the peace.
The flashpoint when police pulled over Seville Smith in a traffic stop on Saturday.
Before they even spoke to anyone, 2 individuals were fleeing from the car, one with a gun in his hand.
The officer, also black, shooting and killing Smith. That police officer wearing a body camera, but the video hasn't been released. The shooting setting off 2 nights of smoke-filled mayhem, businesses torched, 31 arrested, 2 teens hit by bullets in the chaos. Some in the crowd shooting at police.
Shot fired, shot fired.
11 officers wounded as protesters threw bricks.
This is the police. Leave the area.
For Smith's family tonight, unanswered questions and a lot of pain.
I'll be 25 next month. My brother won't even be there for my birthday party.
David, even with that neighborhood shutdown in place, the police chief taking no chances, warning teens that a 10 p.m. curfew will be enforced. David?
Eva Pilgrim with us tonight from Milwaukee. Thanks, Eva. Next, we turn to major developments in the race for the White House tonight. Amid reports of turmoil within Donald Trump's campaign, Trump attempting a reset today on a familiar concern for him: what to do with immigrants coming into this country. After already proposing a Muslim ban, today he proposed a new test for every immigrant who wants to come here. ABC's Tom Yamas is in Youngstown, Ohio.
Tonight, Donald Trump proposing an ideological test for anyone who wants to immigrate to the United States.
I call it extreme vetting. I call it extreme vetting.
Trump declaring the U.S. should only admit people who, quote, share our values.
We must also screen out any who have hostile attitudes toward our country or its principles, or who believe that Sharia law should supplant American law. Those who do not believe in our Constitution or who support bigotry and hatred will not be admitted.
But Trump offering few other specifics about his new test and how it would be implemented.
We cannot let this evil continue.
Today's speech full of Trump pillars he's mentioned before, like his temporary ban on foreign Muslims, which he now describes this way.
We will have to temporarily suspend immigration from some of the most dangerous and volatile regions of the world that have a history of exporting terrorism, not for us.
The GOP nominee citing a single foreign policy stance as one reason he's ready for the job.
I was an opponent of the Iraq War from the beginning.
But that's not true. Listen to what Trump told Howard Stern before the war even started.
Are you for invading Iraq?
Yeah, I guess so. You know, I wish I wish the first time it was done correctly.
Still, Trump now insisting not only is he best able to take on terrorists, but Hillary Clinton is not up to the task.
She also lacks the mental and physical stamina to take on ISIS.
But Trump providing no evidence to back up that claim as he tries to reset and show he can be a statesman after weeks of fights, distractions, and sinking poll numbers.
Oh, you better elect me, folks. I'll never speak to you again. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how badly I'll feel if I spent all of that money, all of this energy, all of this time, and lost?
And Tom Llamas joins us now live from Youngstown, Ohio tonight. And Tom, the Wall Street Journal with harsh words for Donald Trump today.
David, the newspaper's editorial board, a major force in conservative circles, saying Trump needs to stop blaming everyone and behave like someone who wants to be president or turn over the nomination to his running mate, Governor Mike Pence. David?
Tom Llamas with us tonight. Tom, thank you. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton have both been courting voters in the Rust Belt, where jobs and factories have been lost. Tonight, Hillary Clinton with help from a native son in Scranton, Pennsylvania, the vice president. And Joe Biden did not hold back about Trump or about how he helped Clinton navigate what President Obama was trying to say while they were both inside the White House. ABC's Cecilia Vega on the Clinton campaign.
Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden in Pennsylvania today, taking turns, taking swipes at Donald Trump.
Friends should not let friends vote for Trump.
He can't be trusted.
The vice president going on the offensive, saying he doesn't trust Trump with the nuclear codes.
No major party nominee in the history of the United States of America has, no, don't cheer or quiet, just listen, has known less or been less prepared to deal with our national security than Donald Trump. He doesn't seem to want to learn it.
It is Biden's first time on the campaign trail side by side with the woman he publicly pondered running against. The two now united in their fight against Trump and their friendship.
During her years as Secretary of State, once a week we'd have breakfast at my home. I became the Obama whisperer. She'd look at me and say, "What did he mean by that?" He loves her.
A hometown hero here in Scranton, Biden hoping to win over those blue-collar voters Trump is counting on. In key battleground states, a slim 5...
From Stormwatch 7. The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning effective until 7 p.m. for the counties of Anne Arundel, Howard, Montgomery, and Prince George's in Maryland. At 6:40 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a line of severe thunderstorms were located over from Elk Ridge to Hyattsville, moving east at 20 miles per hour. There is also a severe thunderstorm warning effective until 7:15 p.m. for Culpeper County in Virginia. At 6:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Culpeper, moving northeast at 10 miles per hour. Hazard: 60 miles per hour wind gust and quarter-size hail source. Radar indicated impact. Damaging winds will cause some trees and large branches to fall. This could injure those outdoors, as well as damage homes and vehicles. Roadways may become blocked by downed trees. Localized power outages are possible. Unsecured light objects may become projectiles. Locations impacted include Culpeper, Catawba, Winston, Atlanta, Stevensburg, Brandeis Station, Raccoon, Ford, and Elkwood. Stay tuned to ABC7 and WJLA.com for the latest updates.
Ordering them to the ground.
From Stormwatch 7. The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning effective until 7 p.m. for the counties of Anne Arundel, Howard, Montgomery, and Prince George's in Maryland. At 6:40 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a line of severe thunderstorms were located over from Elk Ridge to Hyattsville, moving east at 20 miles per hour. There is also a severe thunderstorm warning effective until 7:15 p.m. for Culpeper County in Virginia. At 6:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Culpeper, moving northeast at 10 miles per hour. Hazard: 60 miles per hour wind gust and quarter-size hail source. Radar indicated impact. Damaging winds will cause some trees and large branches to fall. This could injure those outdoors, as well as damage homes and vehicles. Roadways may become blocked by downed trees. Localized power outages are possible. Unsecured light objects may become projectiles. Locations impacted include Culpeper, Catawba, Winston, Alanthus, Stevensburg, Brandeis Station, Raccoon, Ford, and Elkwood. Stay tuned to ABC7 and WJLA.com for the latest updates.
And you'll know his face. Also,
From Storm Watch 7. The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning effective until 7 p.m. for the counties of Anne Arundel, Howard, Montgomery, and Prince George's in Maryland. At 6:40 p.m. Eastern.
Popular hotels in 10 states targeted, and what every guest needs to know. And then look at this tonight, a dramatic moment at an air show. A small